Waiting on God during a long season of singleness can feel challenging, especially when everyone around you is moving into relationships or marriage. The world around us always tells us that singleness is often to be solved. But what if it is actually a gift? What if this season of your life is preparing you for something bigger than you can imagine? That's what we want to talk about today on how to embrace your season of singleness and trust God's timing fully. Let's define singleness. No, singleness is a gift and not a curse. Society often labels singleness as a waiting room for marriage. But singleness is not just a stage of waiting, it's a season of purpose. In Isaiah 40, verse 31, we reminded that, but those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. So, singleness is not a punishment, but an opportunity to draw closer to God, to understand His will for your life, and to deepen your trust in His timing. So, you need also to find contentment in your singleness. And finding that contentment starts with understanding that your worth does not depend on your relationship status. It is easy to feel incomplete, that something is missing in your life. But remember that you are already complete in Christ. Contentment comes when you stop focusing on what you don't have and start nurturing what God has already given you. Your purpose, your gifts, and your relationship with Him. Your identity should be rooted in Christ, not in your relationship status. We need to trust God's timing and purpose. When you are in prolonged season of singleness, it is tempting to rush into relationships just to avoid being alone. But God's timing is perfect. Psalms 27 verse 14 tells us that wait for the Lord, be strong and take heart and wait for the Lord. And trusting God means believing that He knows what is best for you and that His timing is far greater than yours. When you rush, you may find yourself in relationships that are outside of God's will for your life. It is better to wait for God's perfect plan than to settle for something less than what He has in store for you. Yeah. Here are some spiritual and emotional tips for going through your singles season. The first tip is to grow spiritually. Use this time that you're single to deepen your relationship with God. Spend more time in prayer, studying the Word, and serving others. Your singleness is a unique time when you can fully devote yourself to growing in your faith without distraction. Take time to find your purpose. This is the opportunity to discover your passions, callings, and gifts. Explore all the things God has put in your heart and find purpose beyond just preparing for marriage. Yeah. The third thing is that build strong friendships. Surround yourself with a community that uplifts you. Healthy friendships provide emotional support and help you to stay grounded in your singleness. Yeah. Emotional healing. Use this time that you're single to reflect on yourself, self-reflection. Are there any unresolved issues or emotional wounds that need healing before you enter into marriage? Work on becoming emotionally whole during this season of singleness. So in conclusion, singleness is not a wasted season. It's a time for growth, healing, and preparation for God's best. Instead of focusing on what you haven't done or what you don't have, trust in God's plan for your life. God promises that those who hope in the Lord will find new strength. Your time is coming and it will be worth the wait. If you are feeling weary in your season of singleness, I encourage you to dive deeper into my book, Ready for Marriage. It is designed to guide you on how to fully trust God during this time and wait for His perfect timing. Remember, this season is not wasted. You are being prepared for something greater. Yeah. May God bless you as you embrace this season of singleness.